Hey, hi you guys. It's Rod Savala with Through Evangelist Eyes. And I thought by this time I was going to be back in the streets, but my doctor said, hold on, wait for a little bit. So I'm back in the garden and I may be here for a few more days. But the name of this video is The Rest of the Story. The Rest of the Story. You remember, some of you are old enough to remember Paul Harvey. He would bring up these subjects and then he would say, in a minute, the rest of the story. And it made me think, we were listening to one of his old programs just recently. And it made me think sometimes our evangelism, we hesitate because we think we don't have time to tell the whole story. You know what? Tell the part of the story that you're able to get out and let God provide those other believers that will finish the rest of the story. So by the way, I wanted to encourage you, the Basics Conference is going on right now. It's a conference that Alistair Begg puts on. It's called the Basics Conference. And Colin Smith, one of the speakers there, he used this phrase that we have been entrusted with the gospel. We've been entrusted with this message from God. And that's what Moses is doing right now. We're in Exodus chapter 7. Moses has been entrusted with this word from God. And so where do we start? Where do we start? I like to say start with the 4 W's. What, where, when, and why. What, where, when, and why. And oftentimes if it's a stranger or if it's one of my customers, if I'm one-on-one, I'll just start by saying, hey, can I ask you a personal question? And 99.9% of the time, they say, sure, go ahead. And I will ask them, if I pick one of the 4 W's, what are you doing here? Why are you here in this world? What are you here for? Or I will ask, where are you going? Where are you going when everything's said and done and your life is over? Where are you going? Or I will ask, when did you last think of God? Or when did you first think of God? And these are just openings so that you can get talking, they can get talking. Why? The 4th W, why? Why are you here? Why are you here? Are you just an accident? Is evolution true? You just purely an accident? Or is there a creator who had you in mind and had me in mind and designed you? I just want to encourage you, start the story and let God finish the story. He will bring other believers. I love it. Once I had been sharing with a young man who works at one of the places where I rent equipment from. And I got to share a number of things with George. And one day I pulled in and I thought to myself, I got a Bible here. I'm going to ask George if he's got a Bible even. I don't think I've ever asked him if he has a Bible. So George comes out and I said, hey, George, I was just thinking, can I give you a Bible? I brought a Bible with me. And George, you would have thought he saw a ghost. He looked at me like, what? And I said, hey, what's going on? And he said, do you realize you're the 4th guy today that has asked me if I have a Bible? Wow. Hey, God's people are out there and God is ready to use them. Do your part. Do your part. God will fill in the rest of the story. God bless you, and here we go.